Hey, you guys. Happy Saturday. If you're on, say what's up so I know who I'm talking to. If you are catching the replay, do hashtag replay. So Unique actually challenged us to tell their why. And the first time I told my story I looked it up, was July of 2018. That was the first time, and the only time I've ever told my story, on, Facebook. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Lisa. So we got this challenge like 2 weeks ago, and I was challenged by some friends, and I just, it was on my list to do, and I just kind of started seeing myself avoid it again. And I was like, you know what? You've already done it before. You can do it again. So yeah, I'm getting a little nervous, but I don't know why I'm getting nervous, because I actually have told my story online before, so it's not going to be as last time I think I had to drink a little bit of wine, actually, because I was super nervous. But, so I just want to kind of tell you guys, my story, because it is a little bit different, and a lot of people are pretty shocked about my story. So, hey, Kim. So, you guys, if you guys don't know, I've been with Unique for 5 years now. Actually, I just hit 5 years. So when I first joined Unique, I was just doing it to get a tax write-off. Honestly, I liked the mascara, but I didn't know anything about makeup at all. So that being said, I'm going to rewind you all the way to the beginning to kind of give you kind of a backstory of kind of who and what I was, not what, but who I was kind of before Unique. So I grew up in San Diego with my mom and 5 brothers and sisters. I later on got 3 step siblings. I got 2 stepsisters and a step brother, but I grew up with all 5 of us, and my mom was a single mom. So we had a pretty rough childhood in the fact that, we were extremely poor. We never knew, where our next meal was coming from. The church that I grew up in was amazing. Hey, Belinda, was amazing, and really helped us out in so many ways. And it really humbled me, because I really truly learned, the value of $1. I knew when I was super young how much milk could buy, how much eggs could buy. I was like the family when in school, when you collect canned goods, I was the family that got it. You know what I mean? So, I just grew up that way. We couldn't even afford a Christmas tree. We couldn't even afford to make a Christmas tree with like construction paper. So we like make it at school and bring it home. Was our, Christmas tree. So, we would have like powdered milk, but that being said, it really kind of humbled me and, made me learn that, things in life cost money, and that it costs money to eat food and to have things and stuff like that. So it really humbled me. And my mom really, really, she was a single parent working as well as going to school. She really, we were at church all the time, and we really, truly saw what God can do for you. And I've seen it firsthand, like when you don't have enough gas to get to school or get to church, God makes you have enough gas to get to school or get to church. We're just like praying, like, hopefully we make it. Hopefully we make it. So, I really truly learned at a young age that, God is amazing, and he always provides. Maybe not provides how you want him to, but he will always provide. Hey, Jessica. So my brother, he's 13 months older than me, and we were super, super close growing up. So I always was a tomboy growing up. I always wanted to be like him. I wanted to be like the boys. Even in like 6th grade, I got like Wonder Woman Fitness Award, and I was always doing like more push-ups and pull-ups, and I just was always like, in the what those jogathons. I was always trying to beat all the boys. I always was around the guys. Don't get me wrong, I had a bunch of girlfriends as well too, but I definitely, hung out with the guys. I was not girly in any way. I was like wearing skater shoes. You never saw me wearing makeup. I would put my hair in a ponytail all the time. I never wore jewelry, never wore makeup, ever, 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 ever. Okay. So I just always, that was kind of my identity for a really long time. I actually, some of you guys don't even know, it boggles my mind because it just shows me how much I've changed. I was a female, I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually. And then, I later went into high school wrestling. I was a girl on my, high school boy team. That's how much I was such a tomboy. I was the only girl on the team. I usually can convince one of my girlfriends to do 1 year at least with me. So I always had like one girl with me all the time. Because I can usually, talk someone into like, hey, come on, you can like lose weight. And, I just wanted to have another girl with me, so I loved high school wrestling. It was so much fun. I was actually really good at it too. And there was something about beating boys. It was just super, super fun. So that was my identity for a really, really long time. And that's kind of what I knew myself as was Yesenia. She's strong. She's a badass. She can always do this and do more push-ups. And I just always use as my brother was a little bit older than me, and that's why I was such a tomboy. And it took me actually having Jackson to make me really take a step back. And I realized I was with YOUNIQUE for, at this point, probably 3 years. When I joined YOUNIQUE, I was like, wow, this is fun. My competitive nature just wanted to be good. And I was like, wow, my first year as a presenter, I was able to go to our incentive trip, which was awesome. I mean, I earned more points than some of the leaders in our group. And I was just like, wow, this is really fun, and I, slowly started to learn how to put on makeup. I have a great girlfriend named Shelby. She is an amazing makeup artist in San Diego. I asked to take a couple of courses with her, and I, practice on YouTube all the time. I'd wake up earlier. I would, stay up later, and I started seeing myself become more of who I was. Like, it wasn't just about selling makeup or getting good at putting makeup on. I actually started enjoying it. And to me at first it was like, oh, I'm just selling it. I'm not a makeup artist. And I kept kind of like pushing it away. But at the same time, I really loved it. I started noticing myself wanting to wear jewelry, wanting to be more girly. And honestly, I did not, and I may get, people not liking this about me, but this is how I truly felt. I hated being a girl. I hated it. I thought that women were vulnerable. They were weak. They were emotional. They were just everything that I thought was annoying about myself. That was what a woman was. I'm like, they take too long to get ready. My girlfriends are always complaining about what to wear. And they're, it was just like, I was like, oh, you guys are crying all the time. You guys are this. Like, I just like, I hated it. I was just like, no. I literally shoved that part of me so deep down that I convinced myself that this is why I just hated being a woman. But in reality, I realized that my father actually sexually abused me and my sisters, me until I was 9 years old. And the only reason why it stopped was because he went to prison. And it wasn't because of that. It was because of something different. And I didn't really truly understand why I wanted to be a boy so bad and why I wanted to be on the boys wrestling team. You know what I mean? Like, I always just was like, oh, because my brother, he's a big influence. But looking back now, I had that moment where I was like, oh my goodness, I love being a woman. And it took me having a child, because then I realized that if I wasn't a woman, I would have never been able to be a mom, be a wife. I would have never been able to give birth to my son. And I really kind of was like, oh my goodness, like, I like being a woman. I like it. I don't know why I was fighting it for so long. And I didn't even realize I was fighting it for a long time. Like, I didn't even, it was something that I just, if you would have known me 10 years ago, or if you're on here now, like, and you knew me back then, you would have been like, there's no way Yesenia, like, would have been a girly girl. There's no way. Like, I was just lying to myself. I just kept telling myself, this is what I like. This is what I like. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm still a pretty big tomboy, but I kept saying if I liked something, no, that's not me. That's not me. I'm the strong, I'm this. But then it was like, wow, I can't lie to myself anymore. Like, this is me. This is who I am. I like this part of me, you know, and I like that this has become me. And if it wasn't for Unique, I would have never found that out, ever. I would have never found that out, ever. Ever. God truly used Unique, hey Yesenia, hey Aurora, as a vessel to make me, sorry, I'm getting like, oh, dry mouth. Used Unique as a vessel to show me what and who I can become. And I'm still learning so much about myself, you know, like becoming a mother and doing all these things. It's like Unique really showed me like what I could do. I can become whoever I want to become. It made me so, it made me thirsty to learn more. You know, I've never, ever, I never graduated college or anything. I went to high school. I got good grades. I never was a bad student. I was going to school. I want to be a special ed teacher. And, you know, I met my husband and I took some time off and then I just never went back. And I always kind of was mad at myself for never going back. But then I realized that, you know, I've never read more. I've never developed myself more since I've been with Unique. And it was not anything that I ever thought, like, in a million years that I would become. I was literally just doing it for a tax write-off. Like, I have done 2 other direct sale companies, and this was the 3rd one. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to learn how to put some makeup on so I can sell it. But it unlocked something inside of me that flourished into who I am today. And trust me, I know that next year and the year after and the year after, I'm just going to become better and better and better, you know? And I'm so thankful, obsessively grateful that I was introduced to Unique. Because honestly, I don't know if it would have come out. I wouldn't have, I don't know, I'm starting to get teary. I don't know if I would have ever really truly like found myself, if that makes sense, if it wasn't for Unique, you know? And I mean, last year was a pretty hard year. That's a whole other story in itself. But being picked as the role model for the company, and we have a million presenters all over the world, that was like, whoa, like, is this real life? Like, when I was there, I know that I did what I did, you know, when I was sexually abused. I separated myself from the situation, which is kind of hard to explain to people. Usually people like in trauma or things that's bad happened to them, they can remove themselves from the situation. And I removed myself from that situation. I didn't allow myself to believe that this was happening, that I was having this photographer and this makeup artist and I was going to be on the website. And it really truly did not like register until like a month and a half later when I saw my photo on the website. And then it just hit me all really hard. Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I mean, I cried like a little baby. I mean, I was so like everything just came to me, and it really showed me that no matter what situation you're in, no matter who you think you are, or you think that like, I have the worst cards handed to me and I have this happened to me, or this happened to me, or this happened to me, it's like, I am not going to allow the things that happen to me define who I am. I'm going to make it the reason why I'm going to be better. I know what it's like to go to bed hungry. I know what it's like to be sexually abused by their father. I know what those things are, I know what that's like, and when you can't afford new clothes or new anything, or, you know what I mean? Like, I understand those things, and for a long time, I was so scared to tell my story because I didn't want people to go, oh, she's that girl. Oh, she's that girl. I didn't want it to define me. But in reality, I realized that there's so many people out there, women and men. I mean, it's 1 in 4. I mean, it's pretty crazy. 1 in 4 women were sexually abused by the time they hit 18. I mean, it's an insane number, I've realized that me being insecure or selfish almost is making it okay for others to hide it and be ashamed. You know what I mean? When it's like, it's okay. It's okay. And life is hard. Life is really hard. And you go through some things that you just, it's challenging. But tomorrow is going to come no matter what. Tomorrow is coming. No matter what is happening, tomorrow, it doesn't matter what you do or what you say, tomorrow's happening. And you can choose, I'm going to look at this situation positively or negatively. And I'm going to choose to look at it positive because let me tell you, there's always a positive in every situation, no matter how horrible the situation is. There's always something that you can learn, something you can grow, something that you can be an example for. I mean, at the time, I'm like, that is like, why would this happen to me? But it's like, I know why, because now I can help other people. I can share my story. I can, I'm able to relate. I know what it's like, and, it's so crazy because it's mascara, it's a makeup company, but I say it all the time and people think it's like so crazy, but it's so much more than mascara, like it's so much more. I would have never become the person I am today if it wasn't for Unique. I truly feel like God used Unique as a vessel, like I was saying earlier. And this is the crazy thing. Okay, this is like what blew my mind. When I joined, I tried the mascara. I'm like, I want to join. Boom. I'm not one that was like, I got to read everything. I got to see I just jumped right in. Little did I know that Derek and Melanie are CEOs. They actually started Unique because they wanted to start the Unique Foundation. And you know what the foundation is all about? Do you want to know what the foundation is all about? It's all about helping women who were sexually abused. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, it's like, if that doesn't honestly blow your mind. I mean, it was like, and I remember at the very first convention, they talked about it and they had people like raise their hand if they had or stand up. And I was ashamed. I didn't want to. And I didn't. I did not do it that day. I did not. I'm telling you, I didn't. I was like, nope, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want people to, make me... I just didn't want people to feel sorry for me because I was grateful. I am grateful that I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm healthy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm living my life. I'm living it. You know what I mean? Like, and just because bad things happen to me does not mean that I can't live my life. I can't be the person I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people go, well, I mean, I lost a child, I lost a parent, I lost a friend, I've been through this, and they're just like, they feel like they can't go on. I'm never going to get this again. I'm never going to get this again. I'm never going to be this person. It's like, no. It's like, you can. You can. You can be whoever you want to be. I've learned from hating being a woman to loving being a woman. We can do anything we want to be, okay? We can do whatever. Do you know how great women are at multitasking? It's incredible. You try to get a man to do anything like a woman can do. It is just impossible, okay? It's impossible. It's just truly impossible, okay? We can multitask. We can have businesses. We can be mothers. We can be sisters. We can be president of the United States. I mean, honestly, we are such amazing creatures. God made us. He made Eve for Adam. Adam needed help, okay? He didn't make anybody for Eve because he knew Eve can handle. She can handle it, all right? We are amazing. We are emotional. We are loving. We are kind. We are strong. And that is something that I've embraced so much these past couple of years, that women are amazing. Like amazing. I always thought that men are better, men are stronger, men are quicker. It's like, that's why they have to have, men and women apart. It's just like, when I was wrestling, it didn't matter what I did. This guy is naturally stronger, so I have to be better in other ways. I have to do more of this and more of that and work way harder to beat them than they have to. But you know what? I'm telling you, we can rise above and connect with each other. I hate when women feel like they have to bring each other down and it's like, oh, well, this and this and this. And it's like, you don't know what people are going through. You have no idea, like when people hear my story, they're like, I had no idea. I just always thought you were a makeup artist. I thought you've always loved makeup. It was like, you don't know what people are going through at that time. You don't know if they're going through divorce or they're going through a death. It's like, be kind, give them a smile. Hey, how are you doing? It's like, it truly, I know in our days today, our society runs so fast that, people are so wrapped up into their own world. It's really hard to kind of, like, they have the blinders on. It's really hard to see what's going on around them. But I'm telling you that there are so many things, especially when it comes to Facebook, that you don't know what people are going through, or what they're dealing with, and, you compare yourself with certain people and I have truly learned so much about myself and about others too, that I can't read minds. I don't know what's going on, but you know what? Like, I'm going to always be nice and kind and, be there for people, reach out once in a while, like try to support other women in other industries. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, they're like, oh, well, she's not in my industry, so I can't, I can't empower her. I can't share her posts. You know what I mean? Like, so I know I'm going on a tangent, but I truly cannot tell you what, in words, like the amount of change that I've done physically, emotionally, spiritually because of Younique. I mean, it really made me thirsty for knowledge, mentally developing, communication. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it really unlocked something inside me, and you have no idea the potential that you have until you try. You know what I mean? You just don't know. You don't know. I would have never known that 5 years ago, that I would have been picked as the role model of a million plus presenters, $1 million, million plus company, to be the face for it. I never in a million years would have thought that, and I am so lucky that I get to be a part of this and make the friends that I get to make, and get to travel. I mean, I get to take my husband we went to Jamaica. We just got back from Bahamas. We've been to Cancun. I mean, it's like these things are something that anybody could do. Anybody could do this job. It's not rocket science. It's really not. If I went to college, it would be like, my classes would be, how to meet people, how to start a conversation. Those would be the classes. It's not hard. Is it consistent? Yes. Do I have to work at it? Yes. Do I have to personally develop myself? Yes. But anybody can do it. Anybody can do this job. Anybody. Okay? You can work in a regular 9 to 5 and work your butt off, and some other girl gets promoted or some other guy gets promoted. With this company, you do it, everybody can get promoted and promoted and promoted and promoted. There's no end cap. Okay? Everybody can do it, And I just really want you guys to know that no matter what situation you're in, you can always come out of it, and that you are the person that can decide if you're going to look at it positively or negatively. Those are your choices, and I'd rather look at a situation positively, no matter how horrible the situation is. I'm going to try to find, I don't care if I have to dig so deep. I will find one thing that I am going to be grateful for and look at it as a positive way and try to find, what am I trying to learn? Why is God having me go through this? Because trust me, He will never forsake you. He won't. All right, guys. So I'm really glad I didn't actually cry like I did last time. If you guys have any questions or just want to talk about some stuff, I'm always here. If you want more information about Younique, we have an amazing beauty box going on. You get like $450 worth of makeup. We have no obligations, no auto ships. I mean, nothing. It's amazing. All right. If you want some, I will tag the Younique Foundation too in this post so you guys can see. If you want any information about the Younique Foundation or anything like that, just let me know, or the process, because they do have a haven for women. You don't need to be a part of Younique to apply, but it's a free haven where you can get counseling and help and, start your healing. So it's an amazing, amazing, amazing foundation. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening to my story. I still get a little nervous talking about it, but I know that the more I talk about it, the easier it is going to say. So it's going to be easier for me to talk about. So I'm really glad that Younique actually did challenge us to, tell our stories, because I haven't told mine in over 2 years, and that was the first time. So I know that I've met many people in the last 2 years. So I hope you guys, are empowered and realize that no matter what you're going through, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It may be far, but there's always a light at that end of the tunnel, right? And you can do it, all right? So anyways, guys, thanks, guys, so much for watching. I really appreciate if you can do me a big favor and share this video. No pressure or anything like that, but I really do. The foundation runs pretty close to my heart. Like I said, I had no idea that it even existed when I joined. So I'm really grateful that, the stars aligned and God brought me Younique. So anyways, guys, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.